Hello, it's Mike Less, and it's the 1st of June, and I am out in the field with a versatile 310 tractor pulling an anhydrous applicator that is hooked to the 3-point hitch of the tractor with a tank behind that which has the anhydrous ammonia, which anhydrous ammonia, or NH3, is nitrogen for the corn crop. I am just south of Elkhart, Indiana, so the very northern part of Indiana. And this tractor was sold, belongs to Weaver Ag and Lawn out of Wakarusa, Indiana, who also is a versatile dealer, but they also farm quite a few acres. And they're out here using this tractor to put this anhydrous on. So there's a couple different ways. Corn needs nitrogen to grow, and some guys will go ahead and put their anhydrous ammonia on pre-plant, which means before they plant the corn they will knife it in the ground, then go ahead and plant. Some guys will wait till the corn is up a couple inches tall, put it in. You can do it with anhydrous ammonia, which is a cheaper form of nitrogen, or you can put on a liquid nitrogen with a 28 applicator, and I will have a video of that coming up here soon. If you go back on my channel, there's some videos of that as well, but that's a cheaper form to do it. It's faster, but it's a little more expensive. Anhydrous ammonia, or NH3, is a vapor form. It can be a little bit dangerous because if anybody's ever got a good whiff of this, it's not something you really want to go through. So what they're doing here, going through the rows and putting this on, giving the corn the nitrogen. But the other advantage here is this area had a lot of rain. Of course, most of the Midwest had a lot of rain this spring, so they planted the corn, and there was places that got 8 inches of rain after the corn was planted. Really packed this ground down. So when they're going through here with this applicator, and you can see there's a shank there with a knife, so it's breaking up the soil, so it's letting the everything breathe, putting the nitrogen there. So it's when you put this on, it's almost like you can see the corn grow right behind the applicator, especially when you get a rain right after this. This is what really seems like. Of course, the temperatures are warming up through the summer, and you go through, break that ground open, give it the nitrogen, and you get a good rain. It just seems like the corn explodes and takes off after that. Of course, the farm told me this is not one of their best fields, and you can see there's some bare spots and whatnot where the corn didn't come up so good. But this is twin row corn, and this is something that started a few years ago. I believe Great Plains started this with the twin row planter. So the corn rows are on 30-inch spacings, which is pretty common, 30 inches apart, but there's actually 2 rows real close together in every row, and that's what they refer to as twin row corn. We got the versatile 310 here on this applicator, which I believe is taking 11 rows or 11 spacings at a time, and you do not need 310 horsepower to do this, but this tractor just happened to have some real skinny row crop tires on it, so with the twin rows, this fit down the rows real nice. So he's just kind of idling along, running at a low RPM, getting between the rows and not doing much damage to the crop at all, other than when you turn on the ends, which you try to put this on when the corn's still just a couple inches tall, and as long as you don't break it off when you turn on the ends, a lot of the corn will come out of that and grow and turn out just fine. When I was a kid working for my grandpa, we used to put on the anhydrous ammonia, but we would actually run a cultivator through here first, break the ground up, because my grandpa always had the theory, and I'm not saying he was wrong. You'd run through with the cultivator, kind of loosen the ground up, and then the anhydrous would actually seal off better. A lot of guys got away from cultivating corn in the rows, of course, with Roundup Ready, better sprays and stuff. Used to cultivate for weed control, but like I say, with the better hybrids and sprays and stuff, a lot of guys got away from cultivating. That's really something you just don't see much anymore. So going through here with the applicator, you see a couple spots there where you might hit something, you see a vapor coming up, and you don't really want too much of that, because if that vapor comes out of the ground, it can burn the corn. The anhydrous ammonia take your breath away, but it also will burn the crop. So you got to be really careful when you're putting this on, and of course when you're changing wagons and stuff, you got to wear gloves and goggles, because the anhydrous ammonia could blind you or take your breath away. It could even kill you. So that's why a lot of guys got away from anhydrous and went to the 28% liquid nitrogen. Like I said, it's a lot faster and a lot safer, just costs a little more to do. This is just a cheaper form, giving the corn the nitrogen it needs. So here's a good look at right here, the twin rows. You can see the 2 rows side by side, and this corn was actually planted with a monosome planter. 24 row or a 60 foot wide planter. Actually had 48 row units on it, but twin row planter here. And I do have some video of that planter in action. I was being pulled by a Delta Track 550. I actually got a couple videos on that. If you go back on my channel, you can check them out too. So the eastern corn belt, or like Ohio and Indiana and such, anhydrous ammonia is put on either pre-plant before they plant the crop or right after the crop is up, just like this. But when you get out into Illinois and Iowa, southern Minnesota, out in the real black dirt, a lot of that anhydrous is actually put on right after soybean harvest in the fall of the year. Once the soil cools down below 50 degrees, they actually put that on the fall before, and that stays in the ground and the crop uses it the next spring and summer when it's growing. But over here in the east, it's all put on right now. So like I said, we got plenty of tractor here for the toolbar that they are pulling in the video, but this tractor just had the skinny tires on it and got down the rows fine. So normally for 11 shanks, this is a 310 horsepower. You could probably easily pull that with 180 horsepower, I would say. So he's, like I said, he's just running at a low idle and probably just running about 5-6 mile an hour, and that's about as fast as you want to go doing this.